everybody, merch plug, limited edition 2018 holiday designs available now, link down below.
It's not safe to go out there if you don't have any Pokemon with you.
Well, screw you, kid. Man, listen, this is why we can't have nice things. All right, this is exactly why we can't have nice things. Not because I'm forgetful and I didn't remember to go into this house. No, that's not why we can't have nice things. We can't have nice things because stupid children do not allow us to have these nice things. All right, they're always so greedy going into Toys R Us like, oh, I'm going to spend $300 on Barbies. And we're just like, no, that is your run money. Come on, man. God, save your money, kids. Astroid Videos is doing a solo project? What? Wait, where's Dylan? Where's Ryan? Hold up. You've got to be kidding me. There's no way Astroid Mania Videos, the Astroid Mania Videos, is doing a solo project. What? That's crazy, man. Never heard of that before. Now, it wouldn't be an Astroid Mania Videos solo project without me fixing my green screen, so let me go ahead and do that. Speaking of green screens, it's been a long time since I've actually used one. It feels good though. It feels weird, but it feels good. It feels good to be back on this boring green. Not really boring. I wouldn't say that. It's a nice green. It's a pretty solid foresty green. Anyways, what is up, guys? Wait, I have to have my beanie on. Hang on. This is a standard around here in case you guys are new. What is up, guys? My name is Astroid, and welcome to our Pokemon Alpha Sapphire Randomized Scrambled Egglocke. Right there, look at the timing as the title screen comes in. Thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. Thank you guys so much for your support. I'm gonna go ahead, drop the volume of this a little bit because damn, I'm not trying to go deaf. Not trying to silence my ears right now, but thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. In case you guys don't know who I am, hi, my name is Astroid. I make Pokemon content, make Nintendo content, I stream sometimes, I make videos sometimes. As I said, this is our first solo project in a very, very long time, so I'm super excited to be back, super excited to get into the groove of things and actually rock out with a solo series, man. It just feels weird, but it's a good kind of weird. I'm really, really excited. Now, in case you guys are wondering, I'm not exactly PG. I would definitely define it more as a PG-13. Fuck. That's right, I just said that word. I'm gonna apologize in advance because there was no reason to say that word. I think in PG-13, you only get one fuck. So, oh, fuck! But anyways, getting straight into it, this video right here, the one you guys are watching, is going to be a send me eggs video. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be going through, we're going to be playing through the beginning portion of this game and getting to the point to where we can access the PC, and then from then on, towards the end of the video, I'll be going through and I'll be showing you guys how to send in eggs. Please do not just send in an egg without watching the end part of this video. I promise you guys, because it's a scrambled Egglocke and because of the way that I'm going about doing all this, it's a very, very, very meticulous process, but I tried to make it as accessible and open to anybody to do. So as long as you guys have a computer, you guys should be able to go ahead and participate and send me an egg for this Egglocke. Now, if you guys don't know what a scrambled Egglocke is, basically it is a regular randomized Egglocke. The game's randomized, trainers are randomized, wild Pokemon are randomized. Actually, some of the text is edited. I went through and I figured out that you could edit the text, so I went through and I edited some stuff just to make it a little funnier. So that is also changed. Items are randomized, starters are randomized, that kind of thing. So all that stuff is randomized, and then when the Egglocke part comes in is with you guys. So you guys, using the end part of this video, which I'll go ahead and explain exactly how to do it, but you guys can go in, you guys can send me eggs through the email that's down below in the description. I will take those eggs, throw them into the game, and then every single Pokemon, every single wild Pokemon we catch will be a token. We're not actually going to be using them. We'll switch them out for an egg in the PC, and then that egg that we use from you guys is going to be the Pokemon that we rock out with. So that's basically it. Now, the one thing about this is basically just a regular Egglocke, but the one twist, the one thing that makes this a little bit more, a little bit spicier is the scrambled portion of it. Now, scrambled basically just means you guys can send in Hackmons, all right? There is no limitation. There is no limits on what you, well, there are a couple of limits, but for the most part, you guys can send in whatever Pokemon you want, with whatever ability you want, with whatever moves you want. There really is no real limitations on that. Usually usually in an Egglocke, you have like all these restrictions, like, oh, you gotta have level 1 moves, you gotta have moves that they learn at this level, and egg moves only, and abilities, you gotta make sure that's legal. But no legality. You could send in a freaking Magikarp with Hyper Beam, Dragon Rage, Roar Time, and Spatial Rend, and I could not do a thing about it. Well, actually, I would probably use it. I would probably take advantage of that Magikarp. I'd be like, boy, you're getting your ass to a Gyarados, because I would probably name him Moist. Anyways, though, with that all being said, I think that's all the ground rules I had to lay out. I think that's basically all we had to cover. I'm not really reading the text here, as you guys can clearly see. I feel like we all know how Alpha Sapphire goes. I feel like we all know how these games go. Now, if I do see some edited text, I'll go ahead and read it. And for the most part, I think I will read like the important text, like gym leaders and Elite Four, that kind of stuff. That's usually how I go about things. Like, I'll just read the important stuff, rivals, stuff like that. Let me know down below if you guys have any preferences when it comes to reading text and stuff. But for the most part, I think we're going to be mainly just trying to yeet through the game. I want to try and make some progress. I want to try and get to these starters, which are randomized, by the way, and I want to go ahead and just experience the difficulty of this game. I don't actually know how difficult this is going to be. It could be extremely difficult, or it could be extremely easy. Depends on what kind of hackmons you guys send in, because you guys kind of determine the difficulty of this series just because of the fact that literally, as I said, you guys can send me a Magikarp, you guys can send me a Dialga, you guys could send me anything in between, and that will determine the difficulty. Now, when it comes to hackmons, though, I really want you guys to get creative, because there are so many things you can do with hackmons. It's actually ridiculous. By combining abilities and moves and Pokemon themselves, there's so many things you can do to make it crazy, like absolutely ridiculous. Now, one thing that I will say is for the randomizer, these Pokemon that are randomized for the trainers and stuff like that, they are hackmons as well. So like all the mons, they're gonna have random moves, totally random moves, random abilities, all that kind of stuff. So nothing in this game is legal, which I think just adds to the fun of it. I've been meaning to do a project like this for so dang long. Yes, I censored myself, but you know what, man? We already broke the limit with PG-13. Let's try and dial it back. I'm trying to become Barney here. But yeah, I think this concept is so freaking cool. I've actually been trying to get this particular series up and running since July. Long story short, a lot of stuff happened when it comes to the artwork and stuff, and it took me a while to actually get my hands on it and get the artwork that I needed situated. But long story short, we're finally good to go. We're finally going to get ready with the series. It's been a very long time, as I said, since we've had a solo project, but I'm extremely happy to be back, extremely happy to get back into the groove of things. And one thing that I do want to say, speaking of artwork, big shout out to my boy Cloud for the artwork. I'll go ahead and I'll drop his URL, his link down below in the description. Highly recommend him. He makes some fantastic stuff. And I'm pretty sure it's everybody who I had to shout out here. I guess I can give a shout out to VGR. Shout out to my boy. He's the one that made the song. He makes some incredible remixes. I would highly recommend you check him out. Also, the song, in case you guys are wondering, is a Super Smash Bros. Remix. So kind of fits the theme, kind of fits the timing. Smash Bros. Ultimate just came out. I'm having a ton of fun with it, and it's a fantastic remix. Anyways,
It's not safe to go out there if you don't have any Pokemon with you.
well, screw you, kid. Man, listen, this is why we can't have nice things. All right, this is exactly why we can't have nice things. Not because I'm forgetful and I didn't remember to go into this house. No, that's not why we can't have nice things. We can't have nice things because stupid children do not allow us to have these nice things. All right, they're always so greedy going into Toys R Us like, oh, I'm going to spend $300 on Barbies. And we're just like, no, that is your run money. Come on, man. God, save your money, kids. Also, I got Speedway today. Speedway, it's pumpkin spice, coffee. There's a specific term for it. I don't remember it, to be honest. It's pumpkin spice. It's freaking awesome, delicious, highly recommended. Now, in case you guys are wondering, this is actually the first time I've had Speedway in a very long time. I was actually boycotting them for a while because one time I got coffee from there, and instead of coffee, they gave me hot boiling water, and I was a sad boy. And it was kind of a joke. Like, I seriously did not go to Speedway after that, right? Like, I went like 2 months without Speedway, but it was mostly a joke. I was mostly just doing it for the meme at that point. But yeah, no, I went to Speedway, got some pumpkin spice, and it was not boiling water this time, so that's good. Anyways, what's up, May?
Huh?
Who are you? That's an obnoxious voice. You know, I'm gonna give her the cheerleader voice. That's what I usually give these types of characters. I gave it to Shauna in the Pokemon Y Randomizer Egglocke, which, by the way, plug in that series. That's an oldie, but that's a goodie. I love that project. That was a good time. That was the first Egglocke we ever did, and this is actually the second one. That's kind of crazy. We're doing both 6th gen games, but I'm excited, man. I'm pumped. This is gonna be incredible. Ellipses. Ah. Oh, you must be. Wait, no, that's not the voice. Hang on. Yes! Gotta get some Starbucks! Yes! Oh, you must be Astroid. You're with us today, huh? Well, I'm May. Glad to meet you. I actually have this dream of becoming friends with Pokemon all over the world. It's like a sphere, dude. Wild. And then with that, I mean, Professor Bitch told me... Told me about you moving here, Astroid. Well, I was hoping you'd be nice and we could be friends. But that's just silly, isn't it? Yeah, friends are weird. All right. Yeah. Screw you, man. We're not being friends. All right. I don't care how much you blush. We're not being friends. I don't like you. Actually, that's mean. I mean, I know her voice is a little bit up there, but it's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna be friends. I'm gonna be a friendly dude. Oh no, I forgot. I was supposed to be going out to catch wild Pokemon. Ash, I'll see you later. Yes. Gotta get some Starbucks. Oh my God. Yes. It scares me sometimes how well I can do that voice. I mean, it's definitely become like just straight up ironic at this point, but it's so much fun. It's so much fun. I think you hear someone screaming up ahead. Which I do. What should we do? Somebody has to go help. Oh, well, let me be the masked crusader. All right, I'm a vigilante, as Vinny would say. Let's go. We're yeeting. Help me. So I don't know exactly when we have to, or when we get access to the PC. I think just up here. Actually, now that I think about it, I think we just gotta, okay, I edited the text here. You can clearly see. I was having fun with this, all right? Literally, this was totally experimental. I had no idea what it was going to look like, but I'll take this. I'll take this. Hello, son. You over there? Please save me. Please wake me up. Wake me up inside. I can't wake up. Save me. In my bag, there are some shooty ball boys. What? The shooty ball boys? That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. These starters, they do not matter. Not at all. Not in the slightest. These are going to be tokens. We're going to be switching them out for eggs that you guys sent in. But it does kind of matter because we are going to be using them for today's episode. For the most part, up until we get to the point where we can get into the PC. So I think we'll just go ahead and rock out. What's going to be able to get us through this the fastest? I was kind of thinking Squirtle, right? But Duskull is pretty tempting too, just because of he's a phantom. Shout out to the Soul Link. I think, you know what? Let's mix it up. We'll do Duskull. We'll do Duskull. I don't know how good Duskull is. I don't know how realistic this is going to be, but we'll try it out. We'll see what happens. That's a Pidgey. Okay, I don't... Oh, wait, no, that is randomized. That is randomized. Oh. What? Okay. I guess we got a Nuzleaf. Cool. Cool. I did not expect that. Wow, okay, I guess the choices they gave us were meaningless. I'll be totally honest, this is my first time doing a randomizer of Alpha Sapphire. The only other 6th gen game that I've randomized was Y, so a lot of these things that are going to be going on here in this playthrough going to be a little bit all over the place. I don't really know a lot about randomizing 6th gen games. It took me like literally all day yesterday just to get this to work. It was super obnoxious, but luckily we got it. Luckily we're rolling, but it was pretty annoying. So do we actually have a Nuzleaf? Is that the Pokemon that we got? I mean, I'm not opposed to Nuzleaf. It says, you saved my ass. Thanks a lot. I'll have you know, like, literally, half these text edits, I'm probably going to forget about, especially the ones down the line. But half these text edits were literally just me, like, randomly typing in words. Like, I did not put too much thought into it. Don't expect like a crazy alternate story or anything like that. I just kind of threw in random ass things just because I thought it was funny. Oh, you're Norman's boy, Astroid. I didn't even realize who you were at first. You've grown into quite the punk. Wow! This isn't a place for chat though. Come along to my dungeon. I mean lab. Norman, or not Norman. I mean Birch. More like, I could go for the easy one and say bitch, but I'm not going to. Birch, more like searching for your child. Got him. I don't know, man. That was bad. I wanted to come up with something that related to the fact that he was trying to kidnap us. That did not work out well. Not at all. I've heard so much about you from your father, but you still don't have your Pokemon yet. That's so lame. We're a disgrace. Can't believe our father's a gym leader and we're dropping the ball on this one. I mean, luckily we have a Nuzleaf now, so we're rolling. We're yeeting. We're doing the diggy darn thing. We got Trico. Okay, Duskull, Trico, Nuzleaf. Pick one. Literally pick one. All right, why not give a nickname to that Trico? Sure. Yep, that's the spirit. What kind of name will you go with? I'm gonna rock out. Okay, it is a Nuzleaf. I'm gonna rock out. I'm gonna name him Token. I'm gonna name them Token. We don't really have to name these Pokemon anything special, and I want to go ahead and make sure I keep them separated from the actual Pokemon that we're gonna be sent in by you guys. So I want to make sure that we have that separation. I want to make sure we can decide between, or figure out and decipher between the tokens and the actual Pokemon we can use. So I'm gonna be prioritizing actually naming them Token. Anyways. What do you think? Yeah, sure, why not, man? Great, I'm sure May will be happy to hear that too. She can help you teach you what it means to be a trainer. Oh yes, if you ever lost along the way, use the area nav on your Pokenav Plus. Use it to see how to get to Route 1 of 3. Pokemon tired refs get the brand new house. Alright, so one cool thing about this episode right here is that we can go into the first route, see what kind of randomized Pokemon are there. And kind of just get a feel for it. Like, the Nuzlocke hasn't started. The Nuzlocke won't actually start until we get our eggs, which, by the way, I should have mentioned this earlier. The schedule for this series is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So next Monday will be episode 1. That's a Spearow. That's pretty cool. And then Wednesday, Friday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I know a lot of you guys, when I teased this series, a lot of you guys were comparing it to Y and saying how it was going to be inconsistent. I'm going to say right here, all right, I'm not going to promise consistency because that's never worked in the past. So instead, I'm just going to let my actions speak louder than my words. So look out this Monday, Wednesday, Friday as well. It's going to be fantastic. This series is going to be rolling. It's going to be amazing. Now, one thing about this project is actually starting next week, I'm going to be gone for 2 weeks for Christmas break and stuff. So I'm going to have to bulk record a lot of this project. So just kind of giving you guys a little bit of a heads up. Next week will be like the last week where I'm kind of up to date with the project, but then I'll be bulk recording and then it'll be going out over basically the whole month. So just figured I'd update you guys on that and let you guys know about that because I know some of you guys like to know that stuff, especially for like if I end up screwing up in an episode, you know, and then everybody yells at me for screwing up. And if it's bulk recorded, then there's not much I could do about it. So that's one downside of bulk recording, but it's kind of what I have to do to keep the series on track. So we're just gonna cross my fingers and hope for the best that I don't screw up. Being super kind-hearted as I am, I'm gonna give you useful advice. Okay, thanks, man. Ha! I appreciate it. First of all, it's a Pokemon there. Just look for our blue roof. We sell a variety of goods, including Pokeballs for catching Pokemon. That's ridiculous. That's insane. Wow. Radical. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just really excited right now. I love Alpha Sapphire. It's a good game. I have a good time with this project, or this game. I'm going to have a good time with this project too. And this is a Pokemon Center. Look for a red roof. Interesting. Ask a woman inside and she'll restore your Pokemon's health. That's it. That's the advice for me, the supremely kind-hearted clerk. Have a great journey. You are the most kind-hearted clerk I've ever met in my whole damn kind-hearted life. Thank you so much, man. Now, I believe we're at a PC, right? Like, we can access this, I think? Yeah. Yo, that's awesome because that means that we've officially gotten to the point to where we can go ahead and drop our eggs in here. Now, looking at our Nuzleaf, we have Grass and Dark type, Pound Harden, Chlorophyll, Hard Scale. That's all cool, except we're not actually going to be using this Pokemon. So I think this is the point, the point. Not whatever else I was going to say. I'm not even going to specify that because, oof, it's a PG channel now. But, you know, I think with that being said, we do have the opportunity to go ahead and drop out of the game. We'll actually be getting started with this project 100% starting on Monday once we have all the eggs in place. I'm really glad that this didn't take us too long. I was worried this was going to be like a 40-minute portion and then like we were going to have a whole 20-minute part of me trying to explain how to do these eggs. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead. I'm going to save real quick. And then literally all we have to wait on is your eggs. So you guys have basically this whole weekend to send in your eggs. I'm going to try and make this as easy and simple as possible. So be sure to stay tuned for this whole portion after the video just to make sure you guys are doing it properly. And with that all being said, I will see you guys in a second. Alright, my dudes, welcome to the fun part of the video. So here we are. I'm going to show you guys how to send in eggs for this project. Now, for the most part, I tried to make it as accessible and as easy as possible, but there are a few things here and there that you guys are going to want to know, so be sure to stick through this. I know it sucks, but just stick through it and make sure you guys are making your eggs properly, or else they will not be able to be used in the series, and that would really suck. But without further ado, go ahead, click the link down below, download this Egglocke starter pack that I created myself. I threw basically everything you need in a zip folder. It's all in one place for you dudes, and you guys have access to it. So it's one download. Just click it. No viruses. You're good to go. Now, without further ado, it's a zip folder, so what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to right click and extract it. You're going to need the application WinRAR for this, and if you don't already have WinRAR, it's a very essential tool for working with zip files. If you guys don't already have it, just go download it. I assume most of you guys already have it, but go look at it, just download it. It's free, it's awesome, highly recommend. So you're going to get this folder out of it. It's the Egglocke starter pack. It has 3 items in it. It has the egg template, which is basically just a template that you can modify to actually make your Pokemon work with the project. You have PK Hex, which had to be renamed to PK Hacks. Funny enough, you actually cannot make Haxmons unless the software is named PK Hacks, not PK Hex. So I renamed it already for you guys. You're good to go. And then you have a notepad document here that basically explains everything. You have the email, and then you have a list of everything you can go ahead and edit with this template. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and open up PK Hacks. It's going to open up. It says illegal mode activated. Please behave. I promise the makers of PK Hacks, I will stay on my best behavior. You guys got to abide by that as well. Now, without further ado, we're going to go ahead, open the folder again, and we're just going to drag in the egg template. So we're going to drag it in. Bop, bop, bop. As you can see, it's a Lapras here, but this Lapras has basically all of the base information that you need, and you can just go in, edit this Lapras, and then change it to whatever you want. So looking at this list here, the first thing that we have to change is gender. You can make it whatever you want. You adjust that here. Male, female. We're going to go ahead and make it male. Shininess. You can choose the shininess of the Pokemon by hitting this button right here. That should make it shiny, but then again, I've had a lot of situations in the past where the shininess didn't carry over. So crossing my fingers, hopefully it does become shiny. If not, then I'm really sorry. I don't actually know exactly how that works. Now, if you want to unshiny it, you just hit reroll and it'll go ahead and get rid of it. But we're going to go ahead and say, yeah, let's make this Lapras shiny. In terms of the species, you can make it literally any Pokemon you want, except there's 2 limitations on this rule, and this is one of those finer things that I wanted to go ahead and make sure you guys were informed about. But I want you guys to make sure that it's a Pokemon that can legitimately be hatched from an egg. I know this whole point, like the whole point of the Scrambled Egglocke is that it's supposed to be Hackmons, but I don't want to be hatching like Charizards. You know, I don't want to be starting off with fully evolved Pokemon. I don't want to be starting off with legendaries. So go ahead, send in base form Pokemon only. If you want me to have a Charizard, send in a Charmander. If you want me to have a Volcarona, send in a Larvesta. So basically whatever you got to do, just make sure you send in the base form. And then when it comes to legendaries, the only legendaries that I'll be allowing is like Fion, I guess. I mean, who else could be hatched from an egg? Just make sure the Pokemon can actually be hatched. That way it's just fair across the board. That way the series isn't too incredibly easy. But another limitation on what Pokemon you can send in is no Gen 7 mons. We're playing a Gen 6 game. If you try to send in what's a Gen 7 mon here? If you try to send in a Minior, it is not going to work at all. So don't send in a Minior. Don't send in any Gen 7 mon. If you don't know whether your Pokemon is in Gen 7 or in Gen 6, double check that. Just check the Pokedex and make sure you're only sending in Pokemon that is ORAS or below. So basically anything from X and Y and below. But anyways, for this purpose, for this tutorial, we're going to go ahead and send in a Riolu. Why not? Why not? Why not? We'll send in a Riolu. And once again, I urge you guys to get creative with this. Don't just send in a Riolu because I'm making a Riolu. Like, send in whatever you want and get creative with it. So, nickname, we're going to name this boy my son because Riolu is my child. I have officially confirmed that. Gender reveal, he's male. In case you guys are wondering. But yeah, when it comes to nickname, make sure that box is checked right here or else it's not going to get a nickname. So just make sure that's checked. It should be checked by default. In terms of nature, any nature you want, whether you want it to hinder me or help me, that's totally up to you guys. Held item, you could do any held item. Literally any held item. Now, be sure to go ahead and make sure, though, you're not sending in a held item from Gen 7. There are certain held items in here that only exist in Gen 7, such as literally any of the Z crystals. Do not send in a Z crystal. I actually don't know what sending in these items would do to the game. They might crash the game, or best case scenario, they just don't exist and there's just no item on the Pokemon. I don't actually know what'll happen. So I would definitely prefer you guys stick to an item that actually existed in the game. That would help a lot. And if you guys aren't sure about an item, just be sure to go ahead and look it up and double check. And if you want to play it safe, just throw leftovers on there. Just throw a black sludge on there. Something to harm me or help me, whatever. Basically, any of the default items, you should be good to go, though. I don't see many of you guys really sending in anything too ridiculously absurd. We're just going to give him a sticky bar. Why not? Now, what's next? We got ability. When it comes to ability, this is part of the fun. You can literally choose any ability, but once again, don't send in a Gen 7 ability. There are some abilities on here that are Gen 7, And I'm just now realizing this, by the way. I didn't even think about abilities being Gen 7, but yeah, there are specific abilities that are Gen 7, so be sure to double check that. An ability like Beast Boost would not be okay because that's Gen 7. So you're gonna have to double check that, and if you don't want to worry about double checking, just stick to an ability that you know is in Gen 6. I would definitely prefer you guys be safer than sorry, because I don't want this getting screwed up. I'm gonna go ahead, I'll just throw Q-Charm. Q-Charm is Gen 6, we'll throw them on there. Next up, we have the Pokeball. So the Pokeball is in this other tab, it's in the Met tab. You can choose any Pokeball you want. You can technically choose any location you want. Anywhere you want this Pokemon to come from, you're good to go. I would check as egg just to keep it all egglicious, as they say in Nashville. I don't know, they don't say that in Nashville. I'm in Nashville, so I guess technically I said it, so therefore they do say it in Nashville. I don't know. Anyways, moving on, you got IVs and EVs. If you want to max them out, you can do 31, 31, 31, 31, and give me just a broken-ass Mon. Or you can randomize the IVs. And then in terms of the EVs, you could make a competitive set like 252, 252, 4, something like that. You could spread them out like that. Or if you guys want to make it difficult or just make it a little bit more random, just do random EVs. Whatever you guys are feeling, that's totally up to you. Moving on, we have attacks, and this is actually the last thing you guys can go ahead and change. You guys can literally choose any attack. But once again, be sure to make sure that it's not a Gen 7 attack. Like, moves like Prismatic Laser, you definitely don't want to have on there because it's not actually in the game. I was actually trying to figure this out, but I wish there was a way to make it to where it didn't show all the Gen 7 stuff as an option. And I don't know how to do that. If you guys know for future Egglocks, let me know. But in the meantime, I'd recommend you guys just play it safe. Choose moves that you know are in ORAS. Like moves like Catastrophic Pika, I don't think that's an ORAS. Continental Crush, that's not an ORAS. And if you guys are really uncertain, it shouldn't be too hard to check. Just go ahead, type into Google, open up Bulbapedia, and it should, introduce in Gen 7. So it should tell you right there in Bulbapedia if you guys are curious about the origin. As long as it's Gen 6 or below, you're totally fine. So yeah, Bulbapedia is a good resource if you guys are wanting to double check anything, whether it's moves, abilities, items, anything like that. So with that all being said, I think that's basically it. Now, what you want to go ahead and do is you want to go ahead, file, save Pokemon, right? And you're going to want to save it to your desktop or save it to anywhere. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure you can find the file. And I would recommend renaming the file. Do not name the file the Pokemon that you're sending in because I'm going to see these file names and I don't want to be spoiled. So literally just name it egg or my egg or whatever it may be. Whatever you guys are feeling, just go ahead, save it as that. And then you have your file right here. Now, with this file, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and pull up a new tab. Once again, let me not make this so big. We're going to shrink that down. You're going to want to go to your email and just copy paste the email that's in the description, or it's also in the notepad here. You just copy it. It's alphasapphire@gmail.com. Paste it in there. Subject, whatever it may be. Message, whatever you want to send in. Doesn't really matter. And then you just go down here, attach the file, desktop, find your file, my egg, and there you go. You just hit send. And perfect. Your egg has now been submitted for the Egglocke. So hopefully that all made sense. Hopefully that was pretty easy to understand and follow. If you guys have any questions, I'll be sure to go ahead and answer them down below in the comment section. So just let me know. But I think that is more or less it. As I said, you guys have this weekend to send in eggs. And in case you guys are wondering about how many eggs you can send in, I'm going to go ahead and limit it to 2 eggs. So 2 eggs per person. Send in 2 Mons that you're interested in, or just 1 Mon. Doesn't really matter. I want to make sure that we're able to get enough people's egg in here. There is only a limited amount of space in the boxes in ORAS, so I just want to make sure we have enough spaces for everybody. So I'm going to limit it to 2 per person, and that'll basically be it. So thank you guys so much for watching part 0 of this playthrough. I'm super excited to get this started on Monday. It's about to be freaking nuts. Thank you guys so much for your support as always. You guys are fantastic. Hit that sub button. Get ready for this Monday. It's about to be crazy. Peep the merch, astromerch.shop. Shameless plug. Why not? And with that all being said, I will see you dudes next time. Peace. Yeet, 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 yeet.